Hi everyone, welcome back to this edition of RHO Market Chat. For this week, as usual, we're going to recap on what I said last week. I'm going to touch on Geely Motor, a Chinese auto stock, potential listing on the STAR Board Index. I'm going to talk about a chart breakout on the Shanghai Stock Exchange Index. And lastly, we're going to wrap up with the US economic data in the week ahead. So this is what we spoke about last week. I talked about Hong Kong Stock Exchange, why we should bullish about Hong Kong Stock Exchange. And I talked about the Chinese automobile sector that has been picking up in sales since the Chinese lockdown was lifted. And I talked particularly about this stock, Geely Automobile Holdings, ticker number 075.Hong Kong. And, you know, a week ago, Geely was just doing at 12.20. And nobody was really looking at this stock, right? And, just from fundamental point of view and the technical point of view, especially from the price action point of view, I thought that Geely was about to make a big move. And true enough, the last 2 days, it just roared like a rocket. You know, it went from 12 to 16 today, all right? I talk about Gang Feng breaking new high, and it did. So it broke the new high briefly, and it pulled back. All right. So this is Gang Feng at a point when we talk about was $37, and it broke to as high as $39.70, and then since has came up. All right, but still above our levels at $36. And I talk about gold. All right, the macro uptrend in gold was going to continue according to this trade plan, all right? And, we are on the way to be hitting the 1792. We hit a high, the gold hit a high of 1777, pull back a little bit, but, we are short, all right? And I believe, in a very short time, we should be able to hit 1792. Talk about how to get exposure to gold if you are bullish on gold. And I talk about this stock, Alamos Gold. And since I talked about it last week, it has appreciated more than 10% from 8.3 to 9.5. And this is the Hong Kong Stock Exchange trade plan that I showed. It has since taken out the 330. And, we are very, very close to 365 now, all right? So I will show you later my updated trade plan on Hong Kong Stock Exchange. I also talk about this stock called Laboratory Corporation because of the renewed resurgence, or you would call it the second wave of COVID-19 infection in America, and we will need more testing, correct? Every day we need more testing because of the new surge in the number of cases of infection. So I was saying that late last March, we had 100 American tested per day, but it has since rose to 500,000. And the testing is increasing by the day. And since I spoke about it last week, all right, Laboratory Corp of America has gone from 156 to 171, all right, about $15 gain since we talked about it a week ago. And look at Hong Kong Stock Exchange, all right, I mean, it has, just gone up. And since we talked about it about 3 weeks ago, I mean, I was started to get bullish on Hong Kong Stock Exchange when it was 280, and today last count was 353, we're talking about a whopping $73 increase, all right, since we last talked about it 3 weeks ago when it was 380. And I'm still bullish on Hong Kong Stock Exchange, and I think the 365 level will be hit just a matter of time. So this week, I want to talk about the Shanghai Stock Exchange. On 2nd of July, I posted this on my blog and my Facebook, and I said, all right, the Shanghai Stock Exchange has broken out of its 3 years downtrend, and we could be in an early start of a bull market. And surely, I mean, after I spoke about it, the next day it just rocketed, all right? Last Friday, it went up 2.5%, and today it has gone down 6%, all right? So in the last 2 days after I posted, it has gone up about 9%, all right, since I posted it on the 2nd of July. So question is, will there be more upside to the Shanghai Stock Index? And the answer is yes. This is my trade plan. According to this trade plan, I believe that it should be heading towards my first target at 3580. And after 3580, we should see 3870, all right? So that is my short-term target for Shanghai Stock Exchange. All right, so back to Geely Auto, all right? When I spoke about it, not a lot of people was talking about STAR Board, about Geely Motor getting listed on STAR Board. But today, analysts are starting to talk about it, and they are saying that, well, this listing on STAR Board is positive because it's another fundraising channel. And also, as A-share in general enjoy a valuation premium as compared to H-share, Geely will be able to command a premium for their H-share once listed on STAR Board. And Geely share dilution will be smaller if it were to issue A-share, and that's what they have indicated, all right, for fundraising. And another reason why a lot of people are getting bullish about Geely is because of a precedent set by SMIC, all right? SMIC is a stock that I spoke about too, and it has doubled since I spoke about a month and a half ago. And that was precisely the precedent we talked about, SMIC getting listed, or the potential of getting listed on the STAR Board has lifted SMIC to double. Will the same thing, or can the same thing happen to Geely Motor? I think so, and that is why investors and traders are piling into this stock. So let's take a look, all right, on my trade plan. So see, 1 week ago when Geely was doing at 12, I was talking about it. All right, today it hit 16th, okay, and according to my trade plan, 16.5, first stop 17.2, and hopefully by the time it get listed, it will be 18.87, all right? So stay bullish on Geely, and this is the major data coming out, all right, this week. Pay special attention to the initial jobless claim this Thursday, and perhaps the Friday producer price index. All right, so this is all I have for you this week. I hope to see you again next week. Goodbye.